As this is an add-on to the last video, we are of course also using the last project. But this video is also interesting for you if you just want to know how to get sound into your application and how to fix possible bugs. So let's get started. First we import the necessary sound files. These are WAV files. You can see from the names what I want to use them for. As a test you can use any other WAV files you have available. Once this is done, we create a few necessary variables. These are of the type SoundPlayer from the system media namespace and should output the desired sound for us. We can then initialize the variables with the respective sound files in the existing setup game method. These are easily accessible and assignable via the resources. Once this is done, we can simply use play or play looping to play the sound at the desired position. As you can imagine, play only plays the sound once and play looping plays it in a continuous loop. With this simple method, we can now easily insert the desired sound at the points where it is to be played and call up its play function. Let's do that at all needed places. The points, the crash and the restart function. You can see how simple this is, and in principle it would already work, but I will show you two errors that can occur. We can already see one of them here. The message is quite common and indicates a corrupt or incorrectly encoded WAV sound file. In most cases you can fix this error by re-encoding the file with a tool such as Audacity. This tool is free for you to use and works well. I link to it in the description. To do this, simply open the file with the tool and then export it. Make sure you choose a PCM format as this is required by the SoundPlayer. Once you have done this with all the corrupt files, you can reload the files into the project resources and try again. You will hear the engine sound of the car being played in a loop as desired. But as soon as another sound is played, the engine noise stops. That's not the desired effect, is it? The issue arises because the System Media SoundPlayer class only supports a single playback instance at a time. When you play a new sound, it stops any previously playing sound. This behavior makes SoundPlayer unsuitable for scenarios where multiple overlapping sounds are needed. For overlapping sounds or sounds that should run in the background like background music, another option such as Windows Media Player would be better. Let's try it out. To do this, you must first add a reference to Windows Media Player to the project. Don't worry, it's quite simple. Right-click your project, add reference. Go to COM, add Windows Media Player, plib. Now let's change the car engine variable from SoundPlayer to Windows Media Player. We had also one for a background music. In order to use the media player to output our sounds, we need to make a few preparations. For this we create a new method play media from resources. Because Windows Media Player can only play files accessible via a file path, not directly from memory or resources. Therefore, the resource must be saved as a file first. Let's code the needed part. I will explain it after the code is finished. The play media from resources method extracts an audio file embedded in the application's resources, saves it temporarily to disk, and uses Windows Media Player to play it with optional settings like looping and volume control. First we define the temporary file path. With this line we construct a file path for a temporary file in the system's temporary directory. The file will be named carengine.wav. The reason is that Windows Media Player can only play files accessible via a file path, not directly from memory or resources. Therefore, the resource must be saved as a file first. This line loads the audio file from the application's embedded resources. The line stream. Copy to memory stream copies the unmanaged memory stream content into a memory stream. This step is required to manipulate the file data as a byte array. And the line file. Write all bytes. Converts the memory stream to a byte array and writes it to the temporary file. This is needed because embedded resources are not directly accessible as files. This step converts them into a usable file format for Windows Media Player. This lines initialize the media player and sets the URL property of the media player to the temporary file path. After that we can configure the media player to continuously loop the audio file and sets the playback volume to 65% of the maximum. Then just play and that's all. Looks much better already. The car engine sound now runs in the background via the media player and the other sounds via the other path. Seems to work well. Let's use the same principle for the background music. You can simply copy the method and rename it. Just a few modifications and customizations and that's it. Now we have a game with sound and background music. There are of course various other possibilities and external libraries for sound. But these are already existing possibilities that do not require any further NuGet packages or similar. I hope you found the video helpful. Please let me know in the comments. If you have any other ideas that would improve the game, please write it in the comments. But the most important thing is have fun with what you do.